All right. Here we are on another adventure together. This is going to be good. So, welcome through our third standard. It's all about religion. It's going to be amazing. We're going to be talking about polytheism and monotheism. We're going to talk about Christians. We're going to talk about some of y'all. We're going to be talking about Buddhists. I don't think that's any of y'all. Hindus. We're going to talk about Muslims. We're going to talk about Jews. We're going to talk about these people. You know, they're called Taoists. Yeah, it's going to be good stuff. Anyways, let's jump into this. Let's have some fun. Get into it. This may be one of your favorite units we do all year. All right, let's get it, guys. All right, so, get it going. There we go. All right, first thing I want to talk about. All right, we're going to talk about Confucianism. All right, Confucius is an idea that comes from, here we go, China. Now, look, some of these, all right, that we're going to talk about, they're going to fall in the religion unit, but they're not religions. Nobody worships Confucius. That's the first thing to know. He's not a god. What he is, he's a thinker. Okay, and the word we're going to use for it, he's what's called a philosopher. So this one right here is a philosophy. It's a way to think. It is not, y'all hear me? It is not a religious belief. Nobody's praying to Confucius. It looks like a religion because there's all these rules about how you live your life, but it's not a religion. It is a philosophy. All right, here we go. So, like I said, it's founded by a guy named Confucius, Confucianism. All right, and it was founded about the 6th century BCE. So about, 600, 500 years before Jesus. Okay, so we're looking at about 2,500 years ago. Now, it was founded during this time in China. It's called the Warring States. What's happening is the dynasties, they were fighting each other. You got the Shang, Zhao, Qin, and the Hun. Well, we're right at about the Zhao right now. So the Shang, Zhao, the second dynasty, is going to fall. All right, and then Confucianism is going to begin to take over. Okay, now in Confucianism, they have these texts. It's kind of like a Bible. It's not a religion. All right, or you might say it's like a textbook. Okay, that has a bunch of ideas in it that a lot of people look at it in China and other places around the world. You go down there to the Golden Phoenix Chinese buffet and you'll see some of this stuff. And in it, all right, the book called the Analects, okay, it's a collection of books actually, just like the Bible, a whole bunch of books put together. There's a whole bunch of wise sayings and cool beliefs, okay, that were written down by his students. So he didn't go write these things down, Confucius didn't, but the people that listen to him teach his philosophy. Remember, not his religion. Okay, they wrote these things down, put them all in a book called the Analects. All right, this kind of sound like this. I like to have a little fun with. So stuff like this. They say like Confucius say, "Man who study hard in class make very good grade." Yes, Confucius say, "Man who exercise has strong body." Yes, Confucius says lots of stuff. All right, so it's kind of fun. Anyway, so there you go. That's a little bit about the intellects. Okay, so some major things about it. All right, check out right there. Filial piety. It's all about this awesome word, respect. Must be given to your elders and ancestors, respect. And it's really based on, if you look right down here, these key relationships, okay? These key relationships in respect. And here they are, okay? And they don't have a problem with this. Look, see that word inferior? That's a good word. Everybody has a place in society at different times in your life. Like right now in the classroom, the teacher should be the superior, and you should be the inferior to the superior. And we're both good with our roles. We both own those roles, and the world will be a better place according to Confucius. So here's a few of them. Let's just go through it. The ruler, that'd be the king, the pharaoh, the president, whoever, and then the ruled. All right, that's the inferior. That's the citizens, the peasants, the everyday folks. Then you have, all right, superior. According to Confucius, it should be the husband. The inferior should be the wife. Okay, and also the parent is superior to the inferior, which is the child. Okay, here we go. Superior, according to Confucius, the older brother should know more and be superior than the younger brother. And then you have superior, inferior, friend to friend. All right, let's keep rolling. So Confucius is celebrated in China, okay? And they actually are celebrated so much they have their own day, Okay, so September 29th. All right, that's actually the day before my mama's birthday. Isn't that special? Anyway, so this is celebrated in there. You see not trophy, but a statue of Confucius. The kids get into it. They love the philosophy. They love they own it in a lot of ways. All right, it's a really cool thing. You see him in a lot of memes. It's pretty exciting. Okay, here we go. Now, let's get into our next, not religion, but some would argue this is more of a religion than Confucianism is. This is pronounced. Let's see, here y'all say it. Pronounce it for me. I can't hear y'all. Come on, say it again. Pronounce it. Oh, it is not pronounced the way it's spelled. I say it sometimes the way it's spelled just because that helps me remember how it's spelled. And it could actually be spelled in two ways. It could also be spelled with a D. So we like to say Taoism. All right, if you say Taoism, not a problem. All right, Taoism. Now, look at this symbol right here. Some of you will be familiar with this symbol. This is the symbol. All right, then when you see this, you should think of Taoism or think of Taoism. Okay, does anybody know what it is? Starts with two. There's two words. They both start with a Y. Okay, this is called the yin and the yang. All right, let's get into Taoism, this philosophy. Here we go. So it is also from China. Now look at right here. It says it's a philosophy and a religion. This seems like more of a religion. It's almost like these people worship this thing. All right, but it's really not. Okay, it is a philosophy. Okay, they don't have a God that they bow down to. They don't have a God that they pray to. Okay, check it out. It instructs believers on how to exist in harmony with the universe. So, how to exist in harmony with the universe. We'll elaborate more on that in a minute. Okay, so here is a special place. Check this thing out. Mount Laojun. I like to say, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but Mount Laojun. This is a sacred site that hundreds of Taoists, they come here, tourists do also. Like you and me, I'm not a Taoist, but I would love to go here in China, way, way up there. You should look this up. It's an amazing place. All right, they make a vacation and they'll go see this, but some of them make it like a pilgrimage, like kind of like they have to go and see this thing. It's spectacular. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. I don't know that much about it, a lot of the details. I'd encourage you, go check out Mount Lejeune. All right. So it was started by a guy, you see right here. His name is Lao Tzu or Lao Tzu. Probably the T is silent. All right. So this was also about 2,500 years ago. And they have a book also. It's the Tao Te Ching. Okay. They have a book that's a collection of what you're supposed to do as a Taoist. Okay. Here we go. A little bit more about the Tao. Check this out. You see the yin and yang in the back. Okay. You see, they believe that the Tao, what it means is this, right? It means this is the way. The way. Now, the way to what? To happiness. Okay, this philosophy was a way of looking at life and a way of thinking about things. So it's not just like, hey, let's worship something. No, it's how to think, all right, about things. Taoists believe that if you look at life and think about things in the right way, you'll be much happier. Now, I haven't told you what that right way is yet, okay? They kind of get to it. It's all about thinking, all right? It's very important to understand the way things are. This does not mean that they are not things we need to change about ourselves, but it's important to recognize and trust our own inner nature and discover who we are. So it's like you're always thinking about yourself, like what's going on inside of me, and what's going on in the world, and your place in the world, what's going on in my body with my emotions, oh, what's going on in the world with other people and everything around me. So this is the way. Now, I don't really understand this, to be honest, and I don't have to. But a lot of people, this is a very kind of a small religion compared to the others we're going to look at. There's over 20 million on the earth. All right, that's really not that many. Okay, out of the many people we have. But anyways, let's keep going. This is one way that this is probably the most popular way to look at Taoism. All right, it is the story of the ugly duckling. Check this out. So in the story, you got the ugly duckling. All right. And when you know the story is, right? So when the ugly duckling was with the ducks, it felt real ugly and bad and all that stuff. But when he discovers that he's not a duck and he's a swan because he's thinking about himself or he's found his place in the world, When he recognized who he really was, a beautiful swan, what did he find? He found happiness. So it's always reflecting on who you are and your place in the world, like the ugly duckling. We don't have any ugly ducklings in here, but like the ugly duckling, we can all learn that we can, hey, go ahead, try to figure out who you are. That's what one of your jobs in school is, because you don't know what you're going to be when you grow up. All right, here we go. Here are some sayings, okay, or some philosophies that some Taoists would actually look at, and then you'll find this, okay, check this out, in the book called Winnie the Pooh, too. A lot of people look at Winnie the Pooh as kind of a Taoist, not book slash story, but there might be some Taoist ideas in the actual Winnie the Pooh. Check it out. Check this out. Watch this. First thing, first philosophy. A clever mind is not a heart. All right, in the Winnie the Pooh, here's a little conversation. Watch this. Rabbit's clever, said Pooh thoughtfully. Yes, said Piglet. Rabbit's clever. And he has a brain. Yes, said Piglet. Rabbit has a brain? There's a long silence. I suppose, said Pooh, that's why he never understands anything. Y'all get it? That was tough. All right, here we go. Let's go to the next one. Next philosophy. There is more to knowing than just being correct. There's more to knowing than just being correct. I kind of like this one. Watch this one. This one came on Pooh's book also. Here we go. Lots of people talk to animals, said Pooh. Maybe, but not very many listen, though, he said. That's the problem, he added. Okay. All right, let's go to the last one. Here we go. The wise know their limitations. The foolish do not. The wise know their limits. The foolish, they don't. Check it out. This is from Pooh. All right, here we go. Roo and Tigger were walking along the forest one morning, and Tigger was walking about all the things, excuse me, Tigger was talking about all the things that Tiggers could do. I can swim, said Roo. I fell into the river and I swam. Can Tiggers swim? Of course they can. Tiggers can do everything. Can they climb trees better than Pooh? Asked Roo, stopping under the tallest pine tree and looking up at it. Climbing trees is what they do best. And the next thing they knew, they were stuck in the tallest pine tree. It's bad. They were stuck there. That's right. All right, little fun there. I don't know if that helped or not, but there you go. All right, we're going to stop right here, okay? And tomorrow we'll look at our next one.